Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurikon here coming at you with another video, and this is just going to be a quick one because I found this interesting little feature on YouTube that I hadn't really run into yet. I believe this might have been something that came up like 2 months ago. Not exactly sure when they started using this feature, but I decided to test it out because I was curious about what exactly was happening. And this feature is called restricted mode. Now, the reason I heard about this is because apparently this feature was blocking some LGBT content. I saw something on a feed somewhere about that, and then I saw a Twitter post by Boogie2989 or 2998. You guys know the guy who does the Francis character. I ran into a Twitter post by him where he was saying that apparently, according to YouTube's policies, most of his videos were completely inappropriate. And now, you know, today I decided let's test out this restricted mode that they're talking about. And let's just say the results were nothing short of mind-blowing. So let's take a look at this. So this is my channel, right? You guys have seen this, I'm assuming. You guys can see all of my videos here. This is my channel on normal mode, or should I say unrestricted mode. And let's take a look at what shows up, right? So we got our uploads, we got our gameplay previews and more. And by the way, pay attention to the games that are on here, on gameplay previews and more. You got Tokiden 2, Sticks, Snipper Clips, Nier Automata, and then 1-2 Switch. So there's 4 videos before 1-2 Switch. Notice particularly that one of those videos is Snipper Clips. Okay, because this is going to be funny. I guarantee you this is going to be real funny. Then we have our Neo playthrough. We have our Paragon playlist, which has like God knows how many videos, because you guys know I've done a lot of Paragon videos, right? We got our Monster Hunter playlist. We got our Conscast, which Conscast is just basically me talking about stuff most of the time. We got our first playthrough of Dark Souls. We got our Soul Sacrifice Grim Tales playlist. And then we have our TGN Squadron playlist. These are the playlists that are featured on the front page of my channel. And also notice something cool. We also have our recommended channels here with Side Strafe, TGN Squadron, TGN Gaming, Magical Noob, Hengist, President AWOL, Pally Time, Sparrow's Journey, Malekith Scotty, and Peeve Peverson. So this is what we have on the front page of our YouTube, right? Now, let's check out this restricted mode business. So I'm going to turn on restricted mode. Very important thing about restricted mode, this is a browser-wide feature. So what that means is if I happen to turn this on, and you or somebody else comes into my computer and logs into your YouTube account on this browser, on my Firefox browser, this feature is going to be on. Doesn't matter if it's your account, if it's my account, if it's your mother's account, doesn't matter. The feature is going to be on. Now let's turn this on and see what happens. Save. And you can actually lock that too, apparently. You can lock that so that's permanently like that. So, okay, we still have our uploads list in here. That seems to... Oh, there's a big gap. There's like a lot of videos missing from this upload list. What the hell happened there? Well, let's take a look at our previews list. Wow, that looks a little bit different. Apparently, guys, Snipper Clips didn't make the cut. It's probably too violent. Oh, it didn't make the cut. That was such a good pun for Snipper Clips. Oh, man. But apparently, Snipper Clips too violent. Coupled together with Nier Automata, Sticks, and well, whatever the other title was. Apparently, Neo is inappropriate content, so that's gone. Looks like Monster Hunter they're kind of okay with some of my... Actually, no, look at this. So it goes from streamed 3 days ago to streamed 7 months ago. Okay, that seems legit. You know, there might be something missing in there. I don't know. And then our Conscast. Apparently, my Conscast about Monster Hunter, that's fine. But, yeah. So it's like it goes from my Monster Hunter Conscast to the one I talked about Squad. Actually, when was this? I'm curious. When was this video? So this video was almost a year ago. Okay, I want to say that I don't have the best track record in keeping up with my conscasts, but goddamn, I'm pretty sure I made more than one conscast in the last year. So those are gone. Dark Souls first playthrough. Now here's an interesting thing about this one. Now, for those of you, I know that not a lot of people check YouTube gaming because that thing kind of flopped, right? But I usually check YouTube Gaming because I'm curious to see what people are live streaming and what content is being featured on their front page. Whenever there's not 5 people live streaming something, and a lot of times even when there are 5 people live streaming something, I will constantly see Dark Souls content being featured on the front page of gaming, of YouTube Gaming. Either Dark Souls, Bloodborne, I will constantly see that stuff featured on YouTube Gaming, as well as even Soul Sacrifice, which is interesting because you guys are like, Soul Sacrifice? Yeah, I've seen Soul Sacrifice videos being featured on the front page of YouTube Gaming multiple times, but apparently that content is inappropriate. So no Dark Souls 3 for you. This is my first playthrough, so there's a full playlist of this. And then Soul Sacrifice Delta, that's also inappropriate. And then stuff from Squadron, that also gets chopped to bits. And now, you guys remember when I told you, and remember to pay attention to the awesome channels bit. So I guess Side Strafe's content is apparently inappropriate. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, do you know Side Strafe? Dude doesn't even curse in his videos. How the hell is this content inappropriate? Are you kidding me? Like, that's insane. How can YouTube just decide, no, Side Strafe's content, that's inappropriate. We can't be featuring that on your awesome channels playlist. TGN's content's inappropriate. Squadron's content's inappropriate. Apparently Hengist's content is fine. And President AWOL's content is fine too. I don't know what kind of algorithm determines that only Hengist and AWOL have content that is reasonable, but like, what the hell is this? Like, coupled together with a couple of features like subscriber burnout and all of these other things that we constantly hear about, I can only imagine how this affects subscription feeds and all that other stuff. I don't even want to look at that. However, I did look at something that I thought was more interesting. So you guys are like, I mean, come on, I heard Rurikhan plays a lot of Dark Souls, right? I want to see some of his Dark Souls stuff. So you come into my channel, which for starters, actually getting someone at this point, getting the amount of exposure needed for you to get someone to just straight up click into your channel. That's something that's very rarely going to happen, let alone what I'm going to do now. So let's say you've heard about me and you're not finding my Dark Souls videos. So you're like, I'm going to go to his channel and just like, okay, so I can't find any Dark Souls stuff in here. Like, what the hell is going on? Let me just click this button and type search channel Dark Souls. This channel has no content that matched Dark Souls. No content that matched Dark Souls in my channel. There's literally there's not one video that YouTube can find in restricted mode, not one video that can find Dark Souls. Like, what the am I supposed to say to that? Oh, I shouldn't have sweared. This video is probably going to be inappropriate now and people are not going to see it. What am I supposed to do with this? Like, seriously, YouTube? No content that matches Dark Souls. Like, I'm laughing, but I'm actually crying inside. And so let's say, okay, but what about through the site? Can I just look up Dark Souls Rurikhan? I mean, surely that will reveal something. Well, apparently it reveals a 3-year-old video that I did with Unit Lost, which is apparently an announcement for a live stream. It reveals an unboxing from my other channel that took place 5 years ago. It reveals my other channel. By the way, I called it PubPub because I was using this email to receive spam stuff. So like whenever I wanted to subscribe to a website and whatnot. And apparently that changed the name of my YouTube channel as well. I don't know why that happened. Apparently it shows my Dark Souls versus Skyrim series that I did with Yong a long ass time ago, like 5 years ago. Another announcement of my live stream with Unit Lost. And some Demon Souls stuff apparently showed up. Yeah, there's none, the Dark Souls stuff that I did, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, even Dark Souls 1. No, we don't have that. Apparently it shows up a friggin' Li Ming video. Dark Souls Rurikhan reveals a Li Ming video. What the hell? So yeah, guys, I just wanted to show you this glorious feature that YouTube has called restricted mode. my advice is if this video doesn't get restricted because of some random YouTube algorithm, maybe you guys want to come on down here to restricted mode and turn that off. Because clearly, I don't think that's working as intended. I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me, YouTube. I don't know. I just work here.